Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Advanced Warfare in Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about IMR myths. I've had quite a few IMR-related in-depth episodes on my channel. Been talking about this weapon a lot, so it's not a big surprise that in the comments and Twitter and on other websites, there's a lot of IMR myths cropping up. I'm going to try to address several of these today. 4 of them, actually. Myth number 1 is that the IMR reload cancel is very fast, and this is something that I forgot to address on the original in-depth episode, but that myth is true. The reload cancel is extremely fast on the IMR. You can either do the standard sprint cancel or the YY cancel and reload extremely quickly. If I'm not mistaken, the IMR is the fastest reloading weapon in the entire game if you factor in the cancel time. The cancel time is absurdly fast. You can see it in the gameplay here. I try to do it as often as I remember. As a matter of fact, I'm actually a little bit too slow to maximize the full potential of this, so it's very, very fast. Myth number 2 comes to me from the competitive scene, and that is that the IMR plus 2 attachments plus overkill with another weapon will fire faster than normal. This is the guys that have a sniper rifle and an IMR backup or an ASM-1 IMR, that kind of thing. This one I had to load into Sony Vegas. I had to do some meticulous frame per second testing, that sort of stuff. I'm not going to show you the video, but because it's kind of boring, but the results that I got was false, that it does not fire faster. However, an oddity is that the audio is faster, but the bullets are not. So for whatever reason, the audio sampling in Advanced Warfare, actually like the sound of the bullets, is faster on when you're running overkill with this weapon, but the actual rate of fire of the bullets coming out of the barrel is not, and that could definitely throw some people off, because when I first pulled the trigger, my ears, my brain saw it, and I said, holy crap, this is actually shooting faster, this is a real thing. But I went back in Sony Vegas, slowed it down, did slow motion, watched very carefully, and I noticed that the audio is out of sync. For whatever reason, it's programmed to play the 4 gunshot noises faster than it should, so it may feel like it is firing faster, but again, it is not. Myth number 3 is that the IMR has more lag comp than other weapons. As you can tell, this one also came from the competitive scene. Lots of people complaining about it. Warrior gun, you know, online only, not good on land, that sort of thing. And this, unfortunately, is not something that I can test. It's untestable as far as I'm aware, but it's unlikely. It's theoretically impossible. I don't think it's possible to give one weapon more or less lag compensation without changing the experience of every single person in the game. The lag compensation code is very particular, and if you make one person have more or less lag compensation, it would have to be at the start of the match and not when you pick up or use this particular weapon, because then you would get out of sync with everything else. So again, this is untestable, it's unlikely, and theoretically impossible. Myth number 4 today is that the IMR is the M8A1 from Black Ops 2. A lot of people say it's better, it's worse, the M8 was uncompetitive, this one shouldn't be, blah blah blah. And that one's true. They're nearly identical weapons. They have almost identical rates of fire. Now the IMR is 1200, whereas the M8A1 was 1250. The M8A1 did slightly more damage, but it had the same shots to kill. They have almost the same ranges. The IMR is slightly less. They all have the 4-round burst, and the IMR kicks slightly more. Basically, the IMR is like a slightly worse version of the M8, and I do mean slightly. Everything that the M8A1 is, the IMR is 95% that gun, but it regenerates ammo. So it's very good, and not many of you would really be able to tell the difference between the weapons because they are very close. Only slight differences between the two. Guys, that's all for this in-depth episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on distant party connection test, and the next one I have to keep secret for now. Drifter out.